leaving for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. The best of me, I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah.
Camara Drive-In. Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, 2017 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara, fresh off a big performance a week ago, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New Orleans Saints. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-1 as opposed to the 2-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. They'll run it with Johnson. They'll wind up getting a yard. And the offense on the field for the first time today, and they were high-powered a week ago.
And they're beginning to believe that they've established a groove. They expect those type of performances each and every week. Running it, throwing it, they're precise.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Yeah. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoop full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Off the play fake, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To throw, Winston. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. A look now at the defensive starters for Philadelphia. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And the big difference in the game? Their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. First down, Winston. Throw left side, complete. That's Barker. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle? Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Josh Allen, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Eagles send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at about the 28. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary.
Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have taken the lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, sings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Winston. Johnson's got it complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On second down, Kamara. An 8-yard gain, so that gets him halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 42 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 18 carries, 117 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to give into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come on, baby.
Now Johnson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Let's go.
From the 41, Winston. Complete. It's Johnson.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will get the football at their 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you started the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Ebron's got it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And a short gain down to about the 33. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Kamara try the right side. And able to work his way down to the 16. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. That's caught. It's Thomas. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
2nd down and goal. Watson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Now Watson. He's got it. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Running on fourth, it's Zach Line. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Zach Line, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And I guess that's where you turn on 4th and goal to your muscle back there. Hand him the football. He does the dirty work.
I think you're asking a lot of your defense there, right? Having to make the stand, have to prepare for just about any type of play to be called, and then here comes the power right at you. On that play, the big man got into the end zone.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We get a glance at Duke Johnson as he heads back out onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Josh Allen in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Going for it all. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now Winston got his man complete over the middle. That's Oliver. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on second down. Watson is going to fire one deep over the middle. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Following the interception, Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Barker. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of the season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-1 ratio here in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. To the air yet again, Watson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys. In this situation, if they decide to take a shot.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Jake Elliott
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and now it's second down. They work again from the 38 on second and 10.
Cut.
Throwing again is Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing on third down, Watson. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Right here.
From the 50, it's Watson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 49 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Check three.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and goal, Watson, and he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ballgame. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And a look now at the game so far for Jameis Winston. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. He finds his man, Johnson. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear
by the time we have to leave the booth. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Watch the eye. Check 4. Check 37. 24.
A give to Kamara running right. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. 33 yards that time. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. Steps away to his left, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
3rd and long, it's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, and when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. To throw, Winston. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get up here to the 26. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by his former FSU teammate Jalen Ramsey. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now Kamara. Oh, nice move. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
This is caught inside the 15. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
To throw on 3rd down, Watson. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you're doing. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked by his former FSU teammate Jalen Ramsey. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Watson. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Watson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. Now it's Watson, dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a 1st down, but a big gain to boot.
56. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's time to go.
Back to throw, Watson. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. DK Metcalf with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's make these babies.
To throw is Winston. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Winston now. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Winston. Johnson's got it complete. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Over the middle, complete. It's Page. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Winston of the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. Winston got his man complete over the middle. That's Barker. And down inside the 15 he goes. The big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Go! Let's go!
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll throw again. Winston. And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there. 2nd down. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Let's go, D.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far, 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here. Here we go on 4th. Watson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribe, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Again, it's Watson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. They'll buy some time right. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Ezekiel Elliott. His 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense. Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Winston. Over the middle, complete. It's Barker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, Winston. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Ready? Blue lady. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Know your job. Let him go.
A first down throw for Winston. And that is incomplete here. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jameis again. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Page. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Winston looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Page. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. To throw, Winston. Dumping it off for Johnson. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Jameis to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. That was DeAndre Baker that time who was able to break that one up. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Is that 56? All day, every day, any day.
And Watson's going to throw it here. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And now he clocks it with 19 seconds remaining. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for DK Metcalf. Incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Take it at the 37. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for New Orleans, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy, and tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy, and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. And we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Head to head with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me, I am up. Number 1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out for this, I never switch, never switch.
Camara Drive-In. It's a coach. You're immersed in the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, 2017 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara. Fresh off a big performance a week ago, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. At the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. 44 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
What he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Now, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Ooh, with a juke. Bust through the tackle. An excellent return that time. 26 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Elliott. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, here's Kamara. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to a first down.
On fourth down, Watson. Able to find Isabella. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. 14 yards is the pickup, first down, New Orleans. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. From the 22, Watson. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play?
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Sheldon Rankins coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing his Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Play action. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Saints to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up.
They'll run. This is Kamara. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. you're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on him. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Danielle Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They run it with Ward. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Ward. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on fourth down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's second and 10 from the 20. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. It's a big play there for the Saints. 46 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, that's a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Now it's Watson. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Watson. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off at the 11. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Here's Wentz to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10. Going on the ground with Eckler. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On second down, Eckler. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground? And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. Throwing on second and long. Watson, as they've got it with a second down coming up. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield.
Waiting. Mike 5-4. Watch the screen.
Wentz now on first down. Pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops. Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats. Throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now first down. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Third and long. It's Watson. Looking long for Thomas. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. That's pulled in at the 32.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Wentz. And he finds Howard complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll run here with Eckler.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So that one will be accepted.
Automatic 1st down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On the ground with Ward. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Let's go.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The run on 1st down gets him a couple up to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game with great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Eckler. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Wentz going to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. DeAndre Baker, the first corner chosen in this year's draft, there to make the play defensively. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. That's caught by Howard. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Bucs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, it's Wentz. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get nothing out of that one. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Let's go.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but now it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Watson now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Here's Watson. And he's going to go down again. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw, Watson. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Thomas, the intended target. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. 35-13, the final score. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. He'll return it from the 6. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Been set. 19. Hey.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes.
And now here is another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the Packers. They'll run on first down. Elliott, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now on 2nd and 13, Watson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw is Watson. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 44-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now it's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
On first down, Wentz looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
I'm going to come back to you.
Now a toss play to Eckler. Oh, a nice spin. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. An 8-yard touchdown run as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Brandon, would you say they went from agony to elation in just a few quick seconds on that play?
Probably thought they were about to give it up in the red zone and then touchdown.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way that they drew it up and said this is the way it's supposed to be done. It just happened.
But the end will justify the means. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They'll set up to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Looking to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 39. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 26.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Kamara. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's 2nd and 8. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Eric Ebron. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they?
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Jalen Smith in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. On the ground, it's Eckler. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Make it... Now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Check. Fresno.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson forced out to his left. He finds an opening past the 40. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Then this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Watson. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's move.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. It's Eckler again. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down. It's Ward, and they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Watson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
They'll run with a fullback, Zach Line. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Zach Line, his 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. From the gun, it's Wentz. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now Watson. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. To throw again on second down. Watson steps away to his left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Here's Watson, dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the red zone now, Watson being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Trying to run it in with Ryan, the fullback. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Zach Line, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. A field goal does them no good. They need a touchdown.
And right now, in his mind, in his memory bank, he's drawing on times that he's done this before. Not necessarily in the NFL. College, high school, pee-wee ball, wherever. Anything positive that he remembers about taking a team downfield with a chance to win, he's going to draw on that for this drive.
I'm sure that these guys live for these moments. Here we go. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Wentz got got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth-quarter lead. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. Wentz. And he's got his tight end Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down 31-28. A little over 80 ticks to go. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Watson. Flush to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Set. 19. 57. Got one. Kill.
Now it's Watson. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
He's crashing.
Watson. Dancing to his left. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. A 10-play drive that time, and the final act belonged to Deshaun Watson in his touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Now all the focus shifts over to the Bucs, trailing by 4. A little over 20 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Now Wentz. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing is Wentz. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. One final try now for Wentz. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Saints, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Dallas on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Pops, and Dave went.
Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went.
Legs, arms, ahead, all being moved in a frenzy.
The blends be all the right cred,
Meaning credentials.
best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls.
in the instrumental.
Are you ready?
Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Steady, to the letter rock, turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about, space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver.
All about running the speed. You
know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
Simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years, so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
Upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all keep flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about, space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all keep flow.
Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about, space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel got a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket. Don't